Together. So, welcome to Community Care Meditation. I am so honored and just grateful for being here with you guys. Happy New Year. And for those of you that don't necessarily have not had a happy transition, greetings to you for crossing into the threshold of 2022. And I want to acknowledge that and making space for all of the feels. It's been full 2020 and then 2021. But what I can say is I am grateful. I am so grateful to have been fortunate enough to to transition, right? To cross into 2022. And I am grateful for each of you, whether you are seeing it now or whether you see it later. I'm grateful for each of you of having crossed as well. We cannot take that for granted at all whatsoever, particularly in today's times or what have you. And so I just want to say thank you to you. If you have not heard it, thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for being resilient. Thank you for somewhat pushing through, pressing through, even in the idea of resting, this idea of every day showing up, doing the very best that you can in terms of living life. Because it hasn't been easy. But yet for some of us, it has been a time of great joy or what have you. So wherever you're at in the spectrum, I just want to say thank you and honor that about each and every one of you. And I hope that you have honored that for yourselves. No judgment at all whatsoever. So I just wanted to start that off in terms of greeting you and just letting you know how much you're appreciated, how much community is so important, and each of you are important to that sense of community, the collective as a whole, and then individually wherever you may be in terms of your own community, but collectively, on a much global spiritual component, each of you is so much valued. And I just want to say that, and maybe someone needs to hear that, to know that you are of value. And so I just wanted to say that. But again, Happy New Year. So with that being said, I wanted to talk a little bit about crossing the threshold, and then we'll get into meditation. So there's this book that I've been reading called The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, and he has this daily reading, and it stuck out to me like it just spoke to my heart. And he tells a story about his friend Richard, who was so bent on painting this door. It was a red door that he wanted to paint his door red, and was so adamant about getting it done. And we probably will be able to identify with this story. So he goes to the store, he gets all of the things, he comes back home, he gets it prepared, gets ready to do his thing. And so he picks up everything. So in his right hand, he has a bucket of paint. In his left hand, he has a bucket of paint, all mixed, ready to go. And then he has the drop cloth underneath his arm. And then he has the paint brushes underneath the other arm. And he proceeds to the door. So he's walking, and he's kind of trying to maintain his balance, trying to get there or what have you. And so he kind of loses his step, but he regains it, and he finally gets to the door. But as you know, if you're a painter, you can't paint the door closed. You have to open the door. So he tries to go and open the door with his hands full. So he almost gets the door open, and you already know how the story ends. Of course, he didn't, because he lost his footing and he was unable to get the door open, and consequently he falls back and the paint is all over him. So I can identify with that because it's not paint, it's groceries, of where I try to, put everything in both hands, try to open up the door with the groceries, and I've dropped some stuff. And while we've all done it, Mark Nepo says this, and it's so key, and I want you to listen to this. He says, time and time again, we are offered the chance to truly learn this. And he says this: we cannot hold on to things and enter. We must put down what we carry, open the door, and then take up only what we need to bring inside. I don't know about you, but that stuck with me. And let me read that again. We cannot hold on to things and enter. We must put down what we carry, open the door, and then take up only what we need to bring inside. And so, in telling that story, as we have crossed the threshold into 2022, knowing what 2020 was, and then now 2021, entering into 2022, what is it that you need to put aside in order to cross fully into the threshold of 2022? And I always believe that what we go through gets us to this point. So it's a sense of honoring it, not dismissing it, right? We are who we are based off of what we experience every single day. We honor it in the sense of where it is what it was, not necessarily put it on a pedestal, because some things don't. But we honor it. And how we honor it is that we move in and through it, and really allowing ourselves to be open to what is emerging. And when I say emerging, this idea of getting back to our authentic self, this idea of healing, or what have you. And so I'm going to invite you to really take that in. I'm going to invite you now to go ahead and get as comfortable as possible. I want you to take in your space, make sure that you're safe and you're comfortable. And in being comfortable, knowing that you can either be on the floor, on the bed, or on the chair. Yes. Fear and doubt. Yes. I think that's all of us. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And so as you're getting comfortable, you may be positioned either upright or reclined. Again, making sure that you are as comfortable as possible. And knowing that you have agency and you are more than enough to be able to stop or pause this at any time. At any time. Knowing that our practices are unique and they don't look the same for any of us. And I just want you to pause. You may have sounds going on around you. That's okay, as long as you're safe. And I invite you to become even more settled as you need. Maybe taking a deep breath in, exhaling out. Or moving your head side to side if that doesn't resonate with you in terms of the breath. And then just pause and settle. And eyes may be open or shut. Whatever, again, is most comfortable for you. And I invite you to, whether it be with eyes open externally or eyes shut internally, visualizing your door. Taking in that door. Noticing it. Is it smooth? Is it rough? Does that door have a particular color? Is it wide? Is it narrow? Perhaps you reach out and touch that door, if you can. Now, what does that door represent for you? We talked about the threshold into 2022. But does that door represent peace? Does that door represent ease or rest? Does that door represent courage? Does that door represent moving forward, as was stated in the comments? Now, as you see that door, look at your hands. Visualize your hands. And visualize all of what you carry now. And now consider what it is that you need to put down. Lighten your load. And with each breath, not forcing it, visualize yourself putting it down. Lightening the load. Letting it go. Letting it rest. And as you lighten your load, putting what it is that you feel you need to put to the side, imagine now being able to open that door of peace, that door of courage, that door of acceptance. that door of joy, that door of laughter, that door of wonder, whatever that door represents for you. And visualize now that door slowly opening. And it opening wider, symbolic of your opening, symbolic of you making space for your opening in order to receive more courage, receive more joy, receive more ease. Breathe it in. Breathe it into the very cells of your body. Breathe it in from the crown of your head all the way down to the soles of your feet. And we'll rest here in silence just for a few moments, allowing yourself to savor, to take that in. Bring your awareness to your heart. Feel and sense the beating of your heart. Bring awareness to the rise and fall of your stomach. Feel and sense the flow of breath. You are resilient. You are amazing. You have crossed into the threshold So now allow yourself to be open to the new possibilities, to the abundance, to everything that you deserve. That of ease, that of courage, that of rest. That of abundance. a little bit lighter. Now gently releasing the practice. Allowing yourself to introduce small movements. Taking a deep breath in, exhale out. And if your eyes are closed, maybe gently fluttering them open. And then just pause, sit, and savor. Grace and peace be in you. Grace and peace be all around you. I am grateful for each of you. Continue to take care. Continue to be well. Continue to be safe. I honor you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you so much. I will see you, hopefully, again, same time, next Wednesday. For now, we will be doing this every Wednesday. Thank you. We'll be doing this every Wednesday. I went a little bit over, so we might extend the time just a little bit to allow for space. But we'll be doing this every Wednesday. For now, that's what I'm hearing. So I'm going to be obedient to that. And there's a replay on my YouTube channel. So we'll have the announcements at the end. So when this is posted, there'll be announcements. But y'all take care. Really, y'all take care. And thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. Be well now.